What's up, guys? Yes, for this show, we're going to discuss several hot topics floating around the college football world. Let's start off with Alabama versus Auburn.
All right, so Alabama's had Alabama's had a bad year. Um, their record isn't very good for Alabama. But they're still threatening to make a New Year's Six bowl game if they beat Auburn, which I think they will. Um, they'll probably beat Auburn by a good amount. I don't know. I guess I'll
I,
put a number on it. I'm gonna say 17 and a half. Um, Alabama's favored by 22. I would definitely take Alabama to win this. Big rivalry, Iron Bowl. A big W for Alabama this weekend.
I'm calling it. Alabama's losing. Auburn's not going to take this lightly after what they suffered last year. That depressing, like 3 overtimes. Nah, Auburn by 3.
All right. Let's talk about Ohio State versus Michigan.
Ohio State, Michigan. Biggest game of the year. Okay? 2 versus 3, 11 and 0. This happened like in 2016 where they were ranked 2 and 3. This is the first time they were both undefeated since 2006 when Ohio State won 42-39 just to get smacked 42-14 against Florida. So let's go. Ohio State and Michigan. So whoever wins this game goes to the Big Ten championship game and probably going to make the playoffs unless like Iowa scores more than 10 points and holds them under 10 points. And a fun fact, since Ohio State's playing at Michigan's playing at Ohio State, Michigan hasn't beat Ohio State in Columbus since like 1995, Tom Brady era.
Nice.
2 times that they've beaten Ohio State in the past like 25 years was 2011 at home and 2021 at home. Okay, so honestly, think Ohio State should win as long as the weather doesn't come in play. And Blake Corum is I think he's going to be wearing a knee brace, meaning that he won't be 100%, probably like 75%. And I think that it's a crucial blow. And I don't think Michigan's quarterback, JJ McCarthy, is elite. So I think Ohio State by 13, like 37-24, something like that.
Okay. I think that even with an injured running back, Michigan is going to somehow upset Ohio State. It'll probably be on a field goal or a super late touchdown or lucky kickback return. I think that Michigan's going to win by 2.
Bruh. Okay, so the over under is 56, and Ohio State is favored by 7. So it's definitely the thing is going to be a close game. Perfect weather, bro. Perfect weather. 48 degrees, cloudy. So calling it. Let's move on to A&M LSU.
All right. So A&M plays our biggest rival LSU this weekend. LSU really needs the win to hopefully go to the playoffs for them. They'd be the first ever two-loss team to go to the playoffs. Honestly, they shouldn't go to the playoffs with 2 losses. Yeah, the extra point from the FSU game is really going to cost them a playoff. Um, A&M's going to win. I'm calling it. It's going to be it's going to be a really close one. Probably a walk-off field goal. Going to rush the field. Definitely not going to be a full stadium. Probably 96,000. So not full. There's just not enough excitement. Everyone's given up. I could probably count on one hand the amount of people that were at the A&M game last weekend versus UMass. It was UMass, but I still don't think anyone's really going to be there. Jimbo's never lost to LSU at home, so that's in his favor. We've upset top 10 LSU teams before. Fantastic. Um, it just can't be too cold. it's got to be like a little bit warm at least. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff, so there's not gonna be any sun. But um, we really need our freshmen to play well. We need Devon Achane to come back at running back. He's been out for the last 2 weeks. Um, just we have so many freshmen playing. It's ridiculous. Um, it's just
Three.
it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. 7 losses is embarrassing. LSU is favored by 10 to win this game. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen in College Station this weekend. We're gonna pull the upset. Yeah, gonna upset a top 10 team this year. Finish strong. I think we'll probably win by 3.
And 5 wins. Crazy how that team that stopped you from making a bowl game. Hey.
All right, on to Oregon versus Oregon State. That's me. If Oregon wins, they go to the Pac-12 championship game, so good for them. Um,
Oregon team. Bo Nix, possible Heisman contender. So,
yeah. Bo Nix might still be hurt.
oh,
He didn't run at all. He ran on one play. Last weekend versus you. I already forgot who they played last week. But Bo Nix played really well.
they played Utah,
Oh yeah, they played Utah.
2017. They
Oh yeah,
beat.
yeah. Bo Nix played really well last week, even though he was hurt. Threw the ball really well, and I think he's gonna do that again. He's gonna do that versus Oregon State and Corvallis. Corvallis is super difficult to play at though. Um, I think Oregon State definitely has a chance, and this is gonna be a really close game.
Mhm.
But I think Oregon's gonna win. I think it's gonna be super close. It'll come down to the wire. But Oregon is gonna win in Corvallis, end their season strong, and go to the Pac-12 championship game. Oregon's favored by 3, so
Yep,
they've got that going for them.
yeah. Over-under's 58.
Oh yeah,
Weather is looking good, partly cloudy, 46. So,
yeah,
I think the Oregon's going to win. Just, but I think it's going to be like the line. Oregon by 3.
yeah. It should be a close one. I'll probably take Oregon by 5.
Okay.
So
So move on to Notre Dame.
yeah,
US.
Notre Dame versus USC.
Okay, so USC needs this win because if they lose, basically they're out of the playoff conversation. Notre Dame's been on the up after they lost to Ohio State and Marshall and then also to Stanford. They've basically won everything else. They beat North Carolina, beat Clemson. So I think this will be a tough game, but I do think USC will come out victorious because Notre Dame, all they can do is run. USC can do both. USC will probably just outscore them like they always do, 45-35 or something. They're not going to show up any defense like against UCLA. They didn't do that. USC needs this really badly because Notre Dame will add another ranked win, and they need all the help they can get because Tennessee. Wait, no, not Tennessee. Who else would be competing with them? Oh, Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson. I
Because
am
US,
shocked that no one's talked about Clemson. They only have 1 loss.
it's because they've been sucking. They've been average, but they've been average. Come on, they barely beat Wake Forest. They lost to Notre Dame. So if USC is like, well, if they beat Notre Dame by 2 possessions, they're like, we beat Notre Dame handily, but Clemson got thrashed by Notre Dame. So
I think
that would be,
I think a 1 loss Clemson that wins the ACC championship should be in the playoffs.
what about if USC wins the playoffs? Wins their Pac-12. I think they should make it.
USC's blown out all their opponents, but the Pac-12 is the worst.
Yeah, but I think Clemson versus USC. I think USC wins.
Yeah,
Just
I think USC wins too.
my top four: one Georgia, two Ohio State or Michigan. Whoever wins that game. I think it would be Ohio State, but it could be Michigan. Three Tennessee, four USC. If everything happens that I think. That's
Tennessee, 2 losses.
what I said. Wait, I said USC.
No, you said Tennessee.
USC four. What the? Okay,
No, three. What's your three?
three TCU.
Oh, you said Tennessee.
I didn't mean to say that.
Okay, okay.
Three TCU, four USC.
Okay. Okay.
Let's move on to Kansas versus Kansas State.
Um, Kansas. Kansas started 6-0, 5-0, 4-0. I don't know. It
Five
started
and
out really well. What was it?
5-0.
5-0. They've won one game since then. Kansas is at 6-5. They really need this win to go to a bowl game. Um, I mean, they're already eligible, but to get to that Texas Bowl, they're really gonna need this win. It's gonna be a struggle because Kansas State has played really well this year. Definitely that Big 12 underdog. I was calling it from the beginning of the season. It's gonna be really tough though because Kansas State has won the last 13 times that they've played. Definitely have that going for them.
Is it at Kansas or at Kansas State?
It's at Kansas State.
Oh,
So, yeah, it's going to be really difficult in Manhattan.
everything is turned Manhattan. Okay, everything is turned towards Kansas State. Why is it called Manhattan?
That's just the city. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the city.
It is, I
Okay.
think.
Um, K-State is favored by 11.5. I think they'll probably. Mm, I think Kansas is really going to put up a fight. They need that 7-5. Going to be their best record in a long time. I think Kansas State wins. I'm not going to say it's going to be a blowout. I'm going to say it's going to be really close, come down to the line, as a couple of these games are going to. Probably 1-2 point win for Kansas State at home. It's a night game,
Mm.
so if they've got that.
Yeah, Kansas State is favored by 12. So, and it's over under 62.5. Oh, it's going to be raining during the game.
Uh,
Looks like.
well, that'll be all the better for Deuce Vaughn, the Kansas State running back.
Yeah.
He's kind of carried that team.
Yeah, and he's like, no one will see him if it's super hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
The next game and the last game we're going to cover is Washington versus Washington State, the Apple Cup.
okay, so Washington really needs to win this game if they even want a chance at the Pac-12 championship game. It's a stretch, a big stretch, but it's college football. It can happen. So Washington needs to win this game. They need Oregon to lose against Oregon State, and they need California to beat UCLA in order to make the Pac-12 championship game. So basically, if UCLA could just pull an Arizona game real quick, then that'd be nice. Because then they have that's probably man, UCLA's game is probably going to be the least likely. And then Oregon State versus Oregon, man, I still think Oregon's going to come out. I don't think any of this is going to happen besides Washington will win, Oregon will win, and California will lose to UCLA.
That sounds right. There'll probably be a upset, but
Mm, just Washington had it like they started off strong, beat Michigan State in their non-conference. They did beat Oregon off of a controversial call, but still good season. What bowl would they probably go to if they're seven? Wait, eight and what are they? 8-4, nine
Um, I
three.
don't know what bowl. I want to say the Vegas Bowl. I don't know.
Okay,
I would think that the Vegas Bowl would go to like Washington State.
okay. What would we to like end off the show? What's going to be your like top four coming into this, and who do you think will be the 5 and 6 kicked out?
Number one's definitely Georgia. And then I've got to go with Ohio State or Michigan, the winner of that game.
Mm.
I don't think that TCU has had that strong of a schedule, so I might put them at 4.
Not that strong of a schedule,
They play in the Big 12.
and that's the deepest conference this year. Deepest.
Hold on, let me pull up TCU's schedule.
Oh, oh.
I don't think they've played
You
great.
know, oh, okay. Texas, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, Kansas.
Okay, I'm looking at ranked wins. They have 2. They have 2
Look,
ranked wins, Kansas
this
State and Texas.
because look, Kansas is that team no one wants to play. Come on now.
I'm going to put TCU at 4.
This is stronger than. This is stronger than. Man, I don't want to say this. This is stronger than Ohio State's schedule.
Yeah, because Ohio State plays in the East, where they get three
What?
free wins every year.
No,
Um,
Ohio State.
Indiana, Rutgers, and Maryland are kind of like not
Ohio
even
State in the
competitive.
East, the second deepest division in college football in a regular year.
Hmm.
It's a down year for the Big Ten. Down year, easily.
Uh-huh.
Michigan's bad. Michigan State's bad. Wisconsin's bad.
Wisconsin
Penn,
is bad. They need a new head coach.
Penn State's they already got a new head coach. They fired him and have an interim head coach.
Yeah, they need
They're
to like hire a coach though.
okay.
Um, TCU at 4. I don't know who's gonna be in my number
You
3.
for that? No, just for you to say that TCU's in the top four, bruh.
Um,
Wait,
man,
who's
I have no idea what my top 4 are gonna be.
wait, who's three?
I don't know. I mean,
TCU four. So who's three?
Clemson 3. Nah, probably not Clemson. Um,
Higher chance Michigan or the Ohio State, whoever's the loser of the game is going to be in the top four. Just saying.
I don't think
I,
LSU will make the playoff.
the top four teams in the country, like actually four teams: Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, TCU.
I'm gonna say Georgia, Ohio State. They're definitely gonna put TCU in unless they lose their conference championship. So Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, and Michigan. 11-1 Michigan is probably gonna make it.
If
Georgia gets to bully them again.
if whoever loses the game, if the team that loses the game loses by less than 14 points, they could still be in. But if it's more than 14 points, no chance.
If it's a blowout, whoever it is, they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, if it's more than 14 points, I think that they shouldn't be. Just put in, I guess, USC.
Yeah.
USC.
Hey, Clemson still has 2 more games to play. They're definitely in the mix.
I think they're like ranked 9 right now, right?
Uh, in the AP, they're 7. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
looked at the playoff.
LSU, so they'll go to 6. How was Alabama at 7?
Alabama only has 2 losses.
And
That's better than a lot of teams.
LSU 9-2. Look, you see these 11-0s, and then there's a drop off 9-2 when there's two 10-1s. Something's fishy.
Yeah, LSU should not be ranked above Clemson.
I don't even like Clemson, but I love to play Clemson in the college football playoff right now.
Is Texas ranked in the playoff poll?
23, 23.
How is a 7-4 Texas ranked?
How's the 7-4 Louisville ranked?
Wait, Louisville's ranked?
Yes.
Whoa. I haven't looked at the playoff poll today.
UCLA dropped to 18. Man. UCLA, man. Season started awful, like meaning they barely were winning their games. Like
Yeah, they
they,
almost lost to South Alabama and Bowling Green.
yeah. I still feel like it's disappointing. They feel like a top 15 team. The ride has been crazy for a UCLA fan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's our week 12, week 13 prediction.
Yeah. Um, there's a couple of week 13 predictions.
Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, please like and subscribe. Let us know that you like the content. All right. Until the next one.
Peace, 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 peace.